Konnichiwa, fellow armchair general Samas. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with Black Ice. And of course, we're playing in Japan. We're kicking some butt here in China. I'm driving on that. They're here, so you attack there. You support the attack. And Chang. See if we can get that. Well, we're going that way. No, no. You. There to here. Okay, those are good moves. Let's see, you just march up there, you guys keep down along the coast here. Okay, Germany. We'll let that happen. Don't know if you'll get here in time before the war is over with China. The Munich Agreement, of course, we all know what that is. The Munich Diktat, the Munich Betrayal. Excuse me. Okay, heavy machine guns. We'll do mountain infantry. Useful, but will be useful in the future, but not well. Not that it wouldn't be useful now, but I don't think we're going to have it in time for the main China war, at least. Any units made up with that. Keep moving. Yeah, they're crossing paths there. It's all right. go. Wait a minute. These guys go to there. These guys cross the river. You follow up that way because you're going to be speedy. You can up and get rid of that. Well, let's cut off these last little ports. It may not be little, but okay, well, severing German-Chinese ties, which is good. Germany recalls advisors. The German advisors agreed to recall of their excuse me, my voice isn't doing so great here. I'm sorry about that. Recall all of their advisors from China. They should be boarding planes bound for Berlin even now. Germany recognizes that the future of the Greater East Asia belongs to Japan, not China. Okay, well, they got something wrong there. They didn't board planes. They should be boarding planes. No, they didn't board planes. I'm not saying, I don't know that none flew back, but basically, because I know this because I've seen a picture, they, wherever, Nanjing or wherever their main facilities were, I forget exactly, but I've seen a photograph of a train at a train station, obviously with lots of people, you know, trying to get aboard it and things like that, with big, huge, long banners, flags, if you will, on top of the train cars, with you know, at least one of the flags as long as a train car, with the circle the width of a train car, with a big huge swastika flags. I don't know whether they just had them or they made them up for this. But big, huge swastika flags, because so they were all leaving through China on a train to going somewhere south, basically, at this point, you know, when it happened historically. On trains so that the Japanese wouldn't bomb them, so that they were very much like, hey, we're the Nazis, we're leaving. Now, of course, I say that, and it's true, but, or at least largely true, but it's also the idea that it was just the German flag at that point. Don't bomb us. And so that's how the Germans left at this, when they evacuated their embassy and their support staff and, you know, all of that stuff. Now, I also seen some interesting pictures of, in Shanghai, or Shanghai region, if not strictly Shanghai, of, I think 1937, or 38, is before the Japanese had occupied Shanghai, of course. But after the war had started, the American sailors offloading at a dock in Shanghai, and it was covered, you know, just a dock out with a roof over it with, you know, poles along it, so it was completely air through, you know, coming through, but it was a, you know, basically keep the rain or too much sun off kind of roof. That you could sort of kind of maybe tell in some photos, but in a couple of the other photos, huge swastika flag. So Americans are getting off of, you know, on ship's boat. You know, the ships are anchored in Shanghai Harbor. They're going in smaller boats to the dock to get off to do guard and garrison duty. It was some photos specifically, several different series of sailors on shore doing shore duty with guns and machine guns and that kind of thing. So these are American sailors wearing this sort of, you know, the World War I or the British-looking style helmets, with cartridge belts, carrying Springfield rifles, getting off under swastika flags, because you can see part of this stuff. It was, I think, one of the Hamburg lines, I forget, dock that it was. So that I don't think they specifically put the swastika flag up because the Americans were getting off the ship. It's just this was the one of the German docks in Shanghai, putting up a huge flag saying, don't bomb these docks, these belong to a German company. So that was a fairly common thing at the time, was, you know, not just when they're immediately leaving, but continue to use the swastika flag as a don't bomb us. And I think it was just purely a commercial owned dock of the German company that they put the flag on, keep them from being, hopefully, that's what they're hoping, from being bombed by the Japanese. So yes, but they left by train, big train, at least big to my lookings at it. But okay, you attack there, stop the reinforcements from coming. You add to that attack, you attack there. Okay, well, you just go there then. Looks like we shut down. Oh, let's give you to some general. Actually, let's go here to there. It's just interesting because, like that description, they should be leaving now. I don't know where it came from. My just guess is that it's a, you know, a modern writer writing that, and we see transport around the world is something you do in aircraft. Where in this time period, transport around the world was done on either trains or ships. And just was, for the great bulk of it, obviously there were aircraft, and there were, you know, the Pan American clipper ships to Asia. There was the other, not Pan America, but I forget the company doing the clipper ships to, you know, Europe. And you can look at some of the movies, and they were sort of, you know, super high executive type stuff, or where people flying around America and other places. And sure, so people were flying, but that was, I would dare say, less than 1% of the world that was actually ever really flying at all. Not just flying at any one moment for travel, but just, most just weren't. Mass travel was done mostly, at least, on land or water. Well, let's come down this river bank. Hopefully do that rapidly. But we're not cutting off troops, we're cutting off access through. Want all 6. I want 3 that way. But we have a fair amount of force, but I want to move the other 3 to support that. Swing it that way. Well, we have more, finally, more production ability. Okay, what are we lacking? We're lacking bombers, aren't we? Let's build some bomber types. Yeah, I think we will move some of those in production, and some of those in production. Now we can swap over to better heavy machine guns. The graphics are good, I think at least. Maybe I'm not the best judge of that. The graphics are good, but they're just... that's a little awkward the way they're leaning and shooting the gun there. But I just would prefer the old style counters so much better. You know, good graphics doesn't make it mean that that's what I want or think it should be. It's just I do sort of like the aircraft around instead of the counters, but let's improve this. Now we have we got to set location. I think it's partly my habit of doing them individually instead of just making a bunch. And this time, if you notice, I made these all one so that produced one Kenpetai brigades, military police, the sort of bad guys of Japan for occupation duties. Fighter baiting.
준비 완료. 준비 요시. 정말. 시작이다.
How are we doing here? Okay, I do want some of the infrastructure eventually repaired, of course, but first I want to get this factories up and going. Wow, look at all these divisions out here. Why do I think they were given by events? Do they know black ice too well, or? Forward artillery observer is good. That's useful. Balloons, well. Well, you're almost catching up to the front. And yes, I could try to strategically deploy them, but... You can stop. Hold the river. Pushing a little too far south. You guys go that way. That way. Ah, well. We have defeated them before the Germans made it there. Okay, make demands. Let's see, what do we want to do? If we take all states... let's end turn there. Done. Okay. Oh boy. That maybe have been a mistake. It was, wasn't it? Okay, let's go back to the last autosave. We're going to be more more choosy, I think. So let's go main menu. I don't want to jump up to 100. They started the war, so let's load. I was hoping to keep it below 50. But I want some of the states from China. Especially their main sort of industrial and some of their resource states. You know. There, we want that. Probably most of the coastal. Just to keep. Now it's going to get down here is where we're going to start getting some more of the or industry. They are pretty light, I know that. We can get in here and get that state. That would help out immensely. Chuan. Now maybe we'll just wait and leave that. Well, we got rubber. these other, I don't know, we'll see what we can do. Okay, well, let's replay this. Okay, well, let's go up. No, they're not in alphabetical order. Beijing, Tianjin, is there any sort of rhyme or reason to any of these? Here we are. I don't. No, just click that way? Yeah, there we go. On principle, I want the coast. Yeah, steel would be useful. That's a lot of states. Okay, we're gonna end turn here. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. But we're going to likely do arrest into a puppet. How does that sound? See how this works out. Okay, so we have 51%. We had been at 8 because they started the war. Trade with the United States. Okay. That had affected our trade ability. But we've got puppet out of China, and we've got some coastal provinces. Now, well, we can't. Back to that, unfortunately. So now we are in November 38, which is obviously a lot earlier than historical. We've won the war against China. We have the reorganized republic, and we have warlords. They're going to declare war against me. War of the Worlds. Broadcast. Okay, well. We're going to put in, what are these light bombers? Type 93s. I thought we got some of those in production. Type 93 and twin engine single. What was that? One after the save now? Okay, now those are different, so okay, we're going to do show outdated equipment. Okay, so those Type 93s that we need, we can't produce. Why? Why, oh why can't we produce them? Well, they're not here. This is the Empire of Japan. Well, Type 92s. But it's... Okay, we currently have a deficit of 45 units of Type 93 twin-engine light bombers, equipment and storage from air reinforcements. I wish this was a little more clear, or yeah, Yes, and it might just be the unclear Japanese situation of various bomber types. Those captured or something somehow? No, but I think they were there before. And they should have a slot type. Well, let's stop showing outdated. We've got these guys and these guys in production light. Well, let's just produce more of these guys. We need to research more bomber types and things. Yes, I know we're not producing any of the mediums. What does our stockpile tanks look like currently? Pretty good, but not great. And our current resources. Ooh, we are way low on oil. Okay. That means we need to get more oil coming in. The United States has cut us off. Dutch East Indies have cut us off. Iran. Reich way too far away. Indochina. Yeah, no, I wasn't forgetting, just not mentioning the Soviet Union. Okay, well. 6 factories. Hungary demands southern Slovakia. Really announces claims on Yugoslav territory, which of course Yugoslavia is claiming Bulgaria. It's going to be very interesting. Czechoslovakia returns southern Slovakia. Now I want the resources down here for sure. Lots of good resources. We can and should, I think will here. Let's look at our. Yeah, we need more aluminum. We're going to need aluminum to build aircraft. That was only 4 that we missed there, but that's all right. A lot of everything but aluminum there, it looks like. Yeah. Come down here. not huge amounts, but we're going to want to build lots more aircraft that are going to be aluminum based. So let's build some more steel and aluminum factories here. Let's just move these top to get them out of the way. There we go. We can modify our government. Now, I don't think we can go to war. Oh, we can go to war economy here, but let's see. I don't know that there's a negative aspect to this. Okay, world tension, so that's good enough. So we can do that. I mean, obviously, there's the standard civilian production speed, military conversion costs, political power gain down a little bit, effect on partisans, but I think reducing from civil economy of 15 to 10% will be significant. Recruitable population will increase, which is nice. Military construction land, okay, so a lot of that will be helped. So let's go to a war economy. And as we can see now, instead of 10, it's just 5. There. Help balancing out all those trade goods. That oil from the Soviet Union. I need to make another mod. Taiwan is Japanese. I don't know. I think these would be more integrated at this point. Yes, there were problems with, I know a little bit more just from some movies and such, resistance by Koreans I just know of more, not saying that there is more than on Taiwan, but it's not like it was just captured, 2 years earlier or something, and they're dealing with a largely unintegrated, locally at least, economy. Because here I completely agree. We don't have any cores here. We shouldn't be getting the benefit of cores. I totally agree with that. Okay, well, we could do subdue warlord states. Okay. That looks good. What do we want to do? I'm partially worried about jumping this up, partially worried about, oh, I don't know, the Soviets getting involved in the war if we go to war with. Let's look at. Okay, they don't have any particular diplomacy, so I don't know that that would be a problem. Well, that is a world tension thingy, I'm sure. sometime we'll be in 39. We'll probably go to war with the Warlord, or the various Warlords. So with that end in mind, okay, cavalry, that will be useful out here. Yeah, well, let's see, let's come out. Here. Okay. These guys will have this is their job. Communist Chinese are going to be hard to take, I think. Let's move these guys here. I'll just get them real close and then I'll organize them up that way. Let's move all of you. Get trained to here. Never even use these guys. Put them under a general. That'll be alright. Where these are going? Oh, they're all going there. Okay, so we'll move you. That did I want to do. No. Oh well, we'll just shift it once we get down there. And we'll get them out here, be ready for a naval invasion in the south. Go back home. You also go back home. Well, we're going to end the episode at this point. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for liking the video. Please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. Love hearing from you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.